So, episode 11 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on EAFC 24. And we have 3 games to get through today. Last episode we made a new signing, Elijah Just. I'm going to continue calling him until I find out his actual pronunciation. Signed him, new winger, just from free agency. And Burgess already starting to grow a little bit unhappy with the new signings. He thinks his role in the squad is going to be up for grabs, which to some extent, to be fair, it is. Let's take a look at the 3 games we've got coming up in this episode. We have got Tranmere Rovers at home, which is going to be one that we're going to simulate. And then we've got Grimsby Town away and Colchester United at home. I think Grimsby is probably going to be the one that we'll play. Which means that we'll be simulating Colchester United at home as well. Don't want to play every game just at home. It will be good to see some other stadiums and things like that as well. But that's what we're doing for this week. We have also signed a youth scout and sent him out on a scouting mission. So I've been waiting patiently for some scouts that fit our criteria to appear, basically. I want 4-star judgment at the very least. Experience, I would prefer 4-star at least, but I'm less picky about that one. And then the other criteria really is our budget. So we don't have a lot of money to work with. So I was waiting for a 4-star, 4-star or a 3-star, 4-star to come in. This guy was, I think, about 1.7 mil to hire. And then he was couple of 100,000 to send out to America. I think maybe 170, something like that. So we've finally got a youth scout out looking for some talent. One of our objectives is to sign 3 defenders to the youth squad, so he'll be getting on that. Have just set him on anything. I haven't specified defenders. I do just like my youth scouts to look for any type of player. Alright, let's check in on the starting 11 for this game. We do have full week rests between each of these 3 games, so we're going to put Just on the bench, and then other than that it's just going to be strongest 11. So let's get straight into this first game and simulate that. We'll just quick sim it. I think I saw Tranmere there. Oh, only on 12 points. I thought I saw a slightly higher points total there, but they'll be playing a 4-3-3 holding. Decent run of form. Well, not the best run of form for them, but better than some of the other teams that we've been matching up against most recently. So let's see what we can do. We eke out a 1-0 win, which is absolutely fine. Jake Dale gets on the score sheet, which is perfect. Just came on in the second half for Noah Burgess, so potentially his premonition about losing his spot was correct. And I did see in the list of results there, Salford City did lose, so we go back to being a point ahead of them in the table. The reason that I thought I'd probably end up playing this Grimsby game, which is the next game up for us, was because they are hot on our tails in 4th place, only 4 points behind us, so I would rather try and make sure we get a result there than go to 14th place or host 14th place Colchester. So we will go ahead and play that Grimsby Town game. A few more scout reports. Our winger still isn't quite 16 yet, but I'm happy enough to leave everyone in the youth squad there. And then I think we should have some more strikers to look at here. So we've got Ryan Hardy, 66 overall, couple of play styles, one of which I believe is flair, and the other potentially finesse shot. Is 900,000, but he's 6'2", with decent jumping, very good pace for a 6'2" striker. I think he's certainly worth adding to the shortlist. We've got Miles Leeburn, who is massive, but he is 1.5 million. No play styles. I think we'll probably have to give him a miss just because of the price. Again, very expensive, very tall. 6'6" with 81 jumping, very good strength, good finishing, no play styles. I think I might add him just because next season maybe we could get him in on loan or something like that. This guy looks really good as well. Jefferson, He's got a release clause of almost 4.5 million. We would be able to afford to buy him outright anytime soon, but again, potentially a loan signing next year. And actually, I will put Leeburn on the shortlist as well for that same reason. Coburn looks decent. Same situation, championship side. Maybe we could get him on loan next year. Same thing here with the Swansea guy, although he potentially looks probably a little bit worse than those others. Kyle Wooten's got the aerial play style, is 65 overall at 26 years old, 85 strength, 80 jumping, decently mobile for a 6'2 guy. We'll add him as well. I feel like we've got a lot of strikers on the shortlist now. Not sure what that rocket is. Is it going to be power shot? I don't think so, but potentially. But this guy is 6'2" and an athlete. 79 jumping, 77 strength. Really good kind of pace attributes there, but technically is awful at the moment. He's certainly worth adding as well, though. If you can harness the athlete that he is and develop those technical skills, he could be really good. Kind of in the Jake Dale mould. So potentially we could bring him in and let him learn a thing or two underneath Jake Dale. I did put Josh Brown on the transfer list just because he's a lower overall and he's 29 years old. We are looking to bring in a couple of new centre-backs, so this is a guy we can let go. Ideally I wouldn't let him go to Grimsby, but if we can get a decent price from them for him, then I think we just have to accept that he's going to a rival. Can we get 250? They got up to 240. Maybe we could have squeezed 245 out of them, but I'm happy enough with 240. And then if we advance once more, we should be... Oh, Harrogate Town have also put in an offer. So I have got the transfer strictness set to strict. So we wouldn't be able to sign any players from them since they are a rival. But apparently they can sign players from us, which seems a little unfair. Let's go 280 for them since they are a local rival. They come back with 240 again. Let's try 260. Let's stick it on 240. I'm going to play hardball and go 250. Nah, they're not having it. I prefer he went to Grimsby rather than Harrogate. So we have got a fully fit first 11 for this next game against Grimsby. I think I am going to leave Just on the bench and I'm going to bring Bullock back in to the starting lineup. We'll put Suhail on the bench though. The squad looking a little bit stronger now that we've made those couple of free agent signings in Suhail and Just. I feel like just in the reserves we've got a couple of players who could make, if not the starting 11, at least the bench, in Carpenter, in Bentley, in Duggan. So we're looking stronger and stronger. De Silva looks like he's gone up an overall as well at the moment. So has Francis. Don't notice too many others, just eyeballing it who might have gone up, but we can check that out in the squad hub at some point. And let's see how Grimsby are going to line up. A 4-1-4-1, so fairly defensive. They've got 3 wins in the last 5, only 1 loss. Clifton is a key player, and they're going to play kick and rush the same as us. They're going to press aggressively to win the ball back as quickly as possible, and they have dangerous and mobile attacking players. And the game is built around delivering passes to those players in between and behind opposing defenders. So that must be, long ball or direct passing, which we know that's a requisite of the kick and rush tactical vision. Kit-wise, it's probably going to be an awkward one. I did think this. They play in black and white stripes. We have black and white as kind of primary colours in all of our kits, so it might be that we both have to wear away kits for this one. All red versus all white. And let's jump into the game and see what we can do against Grimsby Town.
Hello everyone, the heavens opened earlier and the rain shows no inclination to stop. We're looking forward to the game anyway. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, ready to provide all the analysis, is Stuart Robson.
A rainy day in the northeast.
Of League Two.
Grimsby fairly close to where Redmont would be.
Got two good teams here,
Not quite as far
I'm
north.
anticipating a really good game. The atmosphere is electric inside the stadium before kick-off, and hopefully we're not disappointed.
They could potentially have been rivals rather than Harrogate Town though. So we do get to kick off first. And already we can see Grimsby players flooding forward. So it does look like they're going to play fairly high and press quite aggressively. And that is going to leave spaces in behind like this for Dalton. Doesn't have the... Doesn't have a great deal of pace, Joseph Dalton. Is another position that we're potentially looking to upgrade. Maybe not in January necessarily.
And in the right position to read it.
But certainly ahead of next year. Bullock with a poor touch gave the ball away, but did well to win it back almost immediately.
Stanley.
Grimsby definitely making it difficult early on.
It's with Hutton.
Pressing very high,
Might be onto something.
as it looked as though they would in those opening couple of moments.
Chance to play it in.
Doing well to keep the ball and work it into areas where we've got space though.
Anderson. And Rangers moving the ball forward.
Found Sam Ford in a bit of space, he drives into the box. Not a lot on, so he just has to hit it across the keeper, who makes a smart save at his near post, but it's an early corner. And we will try and find Hutton hanging out at the back of the 6-yard box there.
And over it comes. Just far too close.
Goalkeeper gets there first, Jake Dale not far behind him.
Well, the numbers really speak for themselves.
And Hutton is just so difficult to find on those corners for some reason.
They're going to be very hard to break down, you just feel.
Well, they've been so solid.
Sam Ford in space.
Front of their own fans, all the way
Dalton in the box for some reason.
down to communicate.
Hits it across goal. Burgess will lift it back in. And then No, it's not Lancaster, it's Joseph Dalton. Heads it straight at the keeper.
Just what they were hoping to
He's running directly away from the Redmont fans. I'm not sure if he knows where they are. But Dalton heads it straight at the keeper. It goes through his legs. And it's 1-0 Redmont Rangers.
Well, here it is again. And what a perfect cross into the box this is.
Burgess just lifts it back in.
To attack it. And it's a comfortable finish in the end.
Dalton found himself in the penalty area and he just kind of stayed there. Not the best header, but he gets enough on it to make sure it forces its way past the goalkeeper. And a really good start. I've said the last couple of episodes, we tend to start games slowly.
what happens next.
We scored a lot of goals just before half time. And then particularly in the second half of games. So nice to get on the score sheet in the first 10 minutes in
Another
this
play
one.
it goes, alas.
Haven't managed to keep enough clean sheets this season either.
Hutton.
Our goals against is one of the highest in the playoffs and around those teams at the top of the table. So clean sheet here would be nice as well. Burgess beats his man down the wing, finds Ford inside, but he's just shut out by the covering centre midfielder.
Harry Clifton.
A bit of possession now for Grimsby. Their first real passage of possession of the game, I would say. They managed to work the ball wide. Not eager to put a ball into the box though, and Bevan will come away with it. Tries to find Burgess down the wing, fails, but Jake Dale manages to pick the ball up instead.
Bevan.
Just work it across the back line again. Here come those Grimsby, I was going to say defenders, but they're attacking players, but without the ball I guess they are serving a more defensive role.
Hutton. Stanley.
Oh, unable to carve out any space there, Anderson. We had a few options towards the right side of the pitch. Sam Ford and Ryan Lancaster both making runs.
On the offensive. Options in the middle.
We'll just get rid.
And Rangers couldn't keep it.
Jake Dale continues to come very, very deep
And it keeps going.
when defending. That's a good strong save from Elliot Willis. One he should make, but he does. I'm not sure if Dale's depth is a product just of our overall team depth when defending. I think probably it must be,
The corner played into the box. Still an issue.
because we do have him set to stay forward. Oh, that's a great goal. There goes the clean sheet. Ball into the 6-yard box at our own end this time and just unable to deal with it.
Well, what a piece of skill this is. It had everything.
See it again here. I think it was Rhys
Technique and
Bevan.
power. It's a great goal.
It is Rhys Bevan. Joseph Dalton tries to win it, can't quite reach it, and then Bevan just kind of stands there and watches. An athletic finish, but disappointing goal to concede
Following the goal that made things level.
when we did have multiple defenders in the area. Lovely feet from Sam Ford, and he will find Lancaster. He will look for Burgess at the back post but can't find him. Dale will be able to hold this up on the edge of the box if we can get it to him, which we can.
So they had attacking momentum,
But he can't find Joseph Dalton wide,
A free kick.
and that's a really soft free kick.
Intercepted it.
Lovely touch from Anderson to bring it down, and Burgess will be away again. Beats his man outside. Rhys Bevan overlaps, and we'll take the corner.
Nudge in front. Corner kick here.
Another look at that goal. Yeah, Rhys Bevan just doesn't try and make a play on the ball at all. Hang it up towards the back stick, and it's straight to the goalkeeper again. That was almost a full 4 bars of power. And it's nowhere near reaching the back post, so I'm not really sure what to do about those corners.
And it's Harry Clifton here. Bumped clear.
Oh, and they've been caught high up the pitch, Grimsby.
They've given him too much space.
Lancaster finds a little space in behind. Joseph Dalton in even more space, and Jake Dale is offside at the back post. A nicely worked counter-attack though.
And possession changing hands.
We'll try and do the same again.
Dalton.
Lancaster cuts inside. Can he hit it across the keeper? He can't quite get the shot off. Good recovery from the Grimsby centre-back. He was beaten initially.
Beautiful pass.
Did well to get back in the play.
Cross fired over.
Oh, the ball just can't quite fall to Jake Dale, but it falls to Brandon Anderson. Now Burgess will put one in there again. Doesn't beat the first man. He's got the opportunity to try once more. Instead of finding Rhys Bevan. Lots of balls just kind of tossed into the Grimsby Town penalty area there, but each of them dealt with well.
Might be able to get in behind the defence.
And we're on the back foot here. They find themselves inside our penalty area.
Really should have scored from there. chance.
That is a good chance. But it's a solid stop from the goalkeeper. I'll talk about XG and how you need to take that with a bit of a pinch of salt in the game. That apparently had a 0.33 XG, so 1 in 3 times, that's going to be a goal, basically. And I feel like that's way overrating the value of that chance. Yes, he was in the area, but it was a narrow angle. The goalkeeper was positioned well. I think that's a save the goalkeeper should be making far more times than 2 out of 3. We could be in. Nah. Caught Grimsby Town out a little there. They are going to press high, but that does mean there's going to be gaps in behind. No, I thought he was onside for a minute there. Late flag from the linesman. How close is it? It's his kneecap. Oh, that's outrageous. It's his kneecap that is offside. If that's not level, I don't know what is. Dale doing well to hold the ball up there. Couldn't quite release it early enough at Lancaster. I'm going to pull it back here for Sam Ford.
Excellent defending.
And the CDM was just all over it.
Danny Rose.
Played a 4-1-4-1, and Sam Ford has kind of been not marked out of the game exactly, but that CDM. Oh my days, that's a horrible challenge. And yet they get a free kick. I guess it was a handball. We'll try and put Hutton on the end of the line here, which we completely failed to do, but Lancaster will take the spot instead. Didn't need to worry at all because it was an awful free kick.
Taking the next free kick, there's 1 or 2 players that are particularly unhappy with it.
But yeah, Sam Ford usually very creative in that kind of number 10 area of the field. He doesn't play an actual number 10 in terms of his position in the formation, but he does find himself in those positions fairly often just in the course of the game. But their CDM doing a good job to dampen his creativity a little.
But the pressure escalating.
Managed to find his way into the penalty area again though. But just squeezed out when he got there.
We've been waiting to find out. Now we know a minimum of 3 added minutes here. Harry Clifton.
Evan sent him outside to the waiting Stanley. Oh, and Burgess with quick feet beats his man again. Jake Dale needs to make a run in behind. And he just doesn't have the pace. That's just not his game, really. Right, almost slid in there with Sam Ford. Oh, and it's a great ball over the top. Elliot Willis. Quickly out, though. We'll take a free kick there if we can. I wondered maybe if the attacker would get a book in there.
That's very effective. Good high pressing.
And he just, because it's half time, he just gets to completely wipe out Stanley. A decent first half. Two teams fairly well matched. I do feel like we had the edge in the first half there. They had more shots, but we had more possession, more passes. And if we have a look at the XG, without that 0.3 for them, it would have been. I don't know why I keep looking at the XG. I say it's a pretty much pointless stat, and I look at it every game. So we'll stop doing that. Elijah Hughes is probably going to make an appearance. Not his debut appearance exactly, but the first time he looked playing with it. Ball touch with Dale when he was away. I wanted to find either Lancaster or Dalton there with Sam Ford, but didn't manage to find either. Didn't get that one enough to cap Grimsby really are quick to break. I feel like they're playing more on the counter attack than even a rushing attack. I mean, they're decent on the face goals. Those passing lanes. How to do that? Balls falling straight to Grimsby attacker again. Why Grimsby fans are making so much noise there. I mean, they had the corner, but it was just a corner. Keep running, Jake Dale. There's literally 2 lines of Grimsby defenders there that you do need to beat. The ball somehow falls to Jake Dale's feet in the box. There were 6 Grimsby defenders and only 1 Redmont attacker. And the single Redmont attacker, Jake Dale, somehow manages to poke the shot wide. It was essentially an open goal. You've got to win that hand, isn't it? It does, but it bounces straight off the Grimsby player. It's a lovely ball from Hutton. And we'll go down the line to Lancaster, and Dalton's overcooked it a little. Oh, Burgess could be in though. That's a terrible touch from the Grimsby player. And Burgess manages to squeeze it in. What an athletic celebration from Burgess. I think he thought about the cartwheel there, realised that he would probably end up injured and then Elijah Juste would take his place in the starting lineup. Just pokes it under the body of the goalkeeper who was rushing out kind of recklessly there. And I think deservedly we take a 2-1 lead.
So on with the match. 2-1 is the scoreline. What's going to happen?
Probably we'll be making our first changes fairly soon. I think I will bring Elijah Juste on.
Green.
I feel like if he was called Juste, he would have an E on the end of his name. But Elijah just sounds weird. Oh, almost fell to Dale's feet again.
Didn't look on for them, but not to be. Well, that's how to shield the ball and control it. Maher.
Almost eased the Grimsby attacker off the ball.
Quality defending.
Gonna have to get rid. Yeah, they're really pressing now, Grimsby. Extremely well won from Jake Dale though. Send Burgess away, and Lancaster, can he take it down? He can't quite. What a header from Jake Dale.
20 minutes to go then. Well read to win possession back.
Just find the goalkeeper, that's fine.
Well, someone has scored in one of the other games. Let's find out exactly who from Alex.
Yeah, they're really pressing high now. Oh, that's awful.
Alex, thank you very much.
So is that.
For Rangers to give it away like that.
Can't be giving the ball away like that.
What can he do with it now? Harvey Rogers. Teammates to play it to.
Cautious of this guy on the edge of the penalty area there. Oh, he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper.
How important could that be in the grand scheme of things?
Well, that was a big chance, and really he should have taken that. But let's give credit to
Wasting no time in getting the ball up the other end of the pitch. Sam Ford takes it down in the penalty area, shoots across goal. Can Burgess squeeze it in? He can. Somehow he scored from an incredibly narrow angle. The second of the game. Thought potentially the chance had gone. Sam Ford hits it across the goalkeeper who makes a great save. Burgess picks the ball up, but it's from such a narrow angle. But I thought it more likely he would find the side netting rather than the... Well, I mean, I guess technically he did find the side netting. That's a really clinical finish from Burgess, actually. I mean, he's had a great game. Elijah Just is going to come on, but not for Noah Burgess, not after his performance in this second half. So he's going to come on from Lancaster. I think we'll bring Ford off for the more defensive Francis, and
Looks
leave
really
changes there for now.
The side have been really good today.
2-goal lead with about 25 minutes to go.
So back underway, 3-1 the score.
I think we'll just sit in our defensive game plan for the remainder of the game. First chance to see what Juice can do, and he's definitely got pace. But decent crossing as well, so he manages to find Jake Dale.
But the goalkeeper did his job.
I think he is right-footed. I do like to invert my wingers, have them able to cut inside. So I tend to play right footers on the left and left footers on the right, but
Well, they can bring it out now.
I do prefer them to have a strong weak foot as well. A 4-star at least weak foot is preferable, so that they can do either. They can go outside or they can cut inside.
20 minutes to go in this one. Well, there's a really stylish piece of running.
Well, just to hold our shape, which is exactly what we're supposed to be doing on this particular game plan. Nice little dummy there. Get the shot away, but get it straight at Elliot Willis. Bullock somehow has found himself in the very centre of defence there, which I don't particularly want. I'm going to bring Dale off and bring Charlie Coates on.
And that's a corner.
About 20 minutes to go with injury time. And a 2-goal lead, which really we should be holding on to. Can we win that? We can win it, but Burgess probably not able to get on the end of his own header.
Well, we have a goal to tell you about in one of the other matches. Alex has the news.
It's another goal for Mansfield Town. It was a low-driven cross into
Mansfield go 3-1 up against Salford. That is fantastic to see.
They're now behind by 1 with 74 minutes played.
Oh, behind by 1.
Jumping
Maybe
in. They're in a great position here.
maybe that made it 3-2 then.
Down by a couple of goals, you simply have to be opportunistic.
If they don't take those sort of chances, there's no way back for them here.
I heard the goal announcement, looked up and it said 3-1. Potentially updated just as I looked away, so
Well, apologies for interrupting, Alex.
Salford still losing,
For you, the
even if they are only losing by 1
in
now.
that game, and their lead stands up 3-1.
Nicely worked down the left-hand side, and we've got players in the box.
Able to clear the danger.
Can't find any of them. Cross is definitely something that I'm still working on. Trying to find the happy medium.
Danny Rose. Read it superbly to take back possession.
I was just about to say exactly that. Read it really well.
Good bit of closing down. Stanley. Hutton.
What we have to do really is keep the ball.
Well, when you're leading, you can afford to be pass happy. Well, nothing like annoying your opponents when you have such an effective passing game. Hutton. And the keeper with the ball. It's with Hutton.
Grimsby sitting off a little more now. They were pressing very, very high for a period there. And we'll see Elijah's use his pace in action here. Does beat his man outside. Not a lot to find in the penalty area. Does try and pull it back to Charlie Coates, but just no options there really. Find him again though. Only just.
Bullock. Anderson.
Dalton made a great run there.
And the pass was just that little bit off. Nearly found its target. Rogers.
I've still got 2 substitutions to make. I think we'll make them the next time the ball goes out of play. Ah, that's poor.
Some of their approach play has been excellent. They just need to control possession for these final few minutes to cap off a really good display.
Burnham.
That's awful from Grimsby. Just do the sensible thing. Charlie Coates manages to win it somehow. He's about 5'8" and not particularly strong. Let's make those last 2 changes now that the ball's gone out of play then. So let's bring De Silva on for Dalton. And I think we will just bring Ford on in the centre of midfield. Just fresh legs for the last 5 minutes or so.
For a foul. So making the substitution now.
Touch one into the box and see what happens. What happens is Charlie Coates hits it straight at the goalkeeper, who in turn returns it straight to Coates' feet with the save. And Coates had no idea how to react and really just didn't react.
Successful intervention, winning the ball back.
We'll get one more attack in with Burgess looking for his hat-trick.
The ball on his feet.
Oh, he tries to cut inside. Oh, that was dangerous.
The electronic ball has been held aloft. 3 additional minutes here.
Really bad touch from Coates.
Unable to pick out a teammate.
And that should pretty much be the game. We'll take the throw in, we'll keep the ball for a couple of minutes, and that should be the final whistle.
Bullock. A promising looking attack, but
Oh, we'll give the ball away.
Illegal play.
Somehow a handball in there. Oh no, just is a left footer actually. With actually really good free kick stats.
And they deal with the threat this time. Well, the referee
Thought that would be another handball. I think it hit all 3 players' hands at one point or another there. Bad challenge, but we'll play on. Because the final whistle is so close, and there it is. 3-1 win away from home. Looks like the away end has cleared out slightly for some reason. Good performance from Hutton, but he doesn't try and make passes that are kind of above his pay grade. He tends to have very good games. But it's when he tries to get too ambitious, trying to create from the back, that things start to go wrong for him. So Joseph Dalton on the score sheet today, and then 2 goals from Noah Burgess secure the victory. We'll have a quick look at the match facts. Edged possession, edged shots, edged XG, edged passes. They had more corners and free kicks, but they were a better side without doubt. And we'll see what the media have got to say after the game.
Time for a few questions.
Burgess not particularly happy, so that signing of Elijah Just really has got to him, but he's put in a very good performance there, which should make him a little happier, and it does. 12 games unbeaten now. We are looking stronger and stronger. And then finally, were we confident we would come out on top? I'd love to say we defended really well, and we did for the most part, but the goal that they scored was poor defensively. Rhys Bevan just failing to get in the way or do anything to stop the attacker, really. But overall, a good performance. We have got Marcus Naylor hasn't been playing well, so we want to switch him to a training plan to sharpen performances. Potentially, we do want to do that actually. I don't think I'll do that now, but I think I will go through a bunch of players who just aren't getting game time. all of the starting 11 are good in terms of sharpness because they are actually playing. But then guys like Jamie Ford, guys like Sue Hale, Billy Bentley, people that just aren't playing, just their sharpness is really falling off. So we'll go into those at some point and give them some individual training plans that differ from the ones that the rest of the team are on. Salford City drop all the way down to 4th. Wrexham come up to 2nd, and MK Dons are still in amongst it in 3rd. Grimsby Town on 23 points. We pull away from them a little bit in the second of those playoff places. One more game to simulate for this episode then. We do get confirmation that Josh Brown is on his way out. He's going to Grimsby for just short of $250,000. We get an A for that one. And then, I thought there was another full week before this game, but there actually... Oh no, there is. The week just passed a little quicker than I'd realised. Partners at top fitness. However, we're not changing his training plan. Brown is sold. We don't get anything else important. I'll think about playing Sam Carpenter. Let's have a look at the starting 11 and see if we do need to rotate. I don't really want to rotate unless I have to. However, Carpenter hasn't played. He's still happy though. I'll stick him in for this one. And then I might just put Francis in as well. And I think I'll give Benjamin Schust his first start, but in Lancaster's place rather than Burgess's. And we'll go with that starting 11 for the Colchester game, which we will quick sim here. Colchester going to play a 5-3-2. Tavide is the guy that we just added recently to our shortlist, so we'll see if he scores against us. Would have been good maybe to play this one so we could have seen him in game and how he performed, but we need to fix something in the starting lineup. Not entirely sure what. Oh, Bevan is away on international duty for some reason. That's interesting. Where's he from then? Oh, he's controlled explosive in terms of his acceleration type as well. I didn't realise that. So he's from Wales. So somehow made the Wales team. So Billy Bentley will come in for this one. And we just draw. We do extend our unbeaten run to 13 games. Dalton scores again. Dale misses a penalty with 3 minutes to go, which would have won the game for us at home. Tavide does score, so that's interesting. 2 goals in 2 games for Dalton. Really disappointing that Dale missed. Salford City do lose again though. And before we finish the episode, I will just check out the player stats. Dale was top of the league in terms of scoring, but he has dropped off significantly. We are looking at the EFL trophy. I was wondering why I couldn't see his name there, and then I looked at the goals and saw 3 goals was the top there. So we will leave episode 11 there. We've got Bristol Rovers in the EFL trophy in the next episode. We have also got Gillingham in the league and Harrogate Town at home in the league. So we will obviously be taking on Harrogate, being the local rivals, and we'll sim the other 2. Closing in on November, so we do really need to start finalising that shortlist as well as we draw in closer to January. So until the next episode, take it easy.